How's it going, guys? Welcome to R&D. So we're about 2 months into the year of 2018, and today marks the 7th birthday of the original Nintendo 3DS. That's right, Nintendo's latest purely handheld gaming system is a first grader. So the question becomes, is it worth picking up this year so late in the game? Let's take a look at some of the facts. One thing we cannot ignore are the new options that have been released. Now keep in mind the baseline hardware is the same for all the models, so although the new Nintendo 3DS got a processing and graphics upgrade, it's still running aged hardware that originally was designed for 2011. People generally are aware that it isn't the powerful hardware of the 3DS that's its selling point. There's a strong reason why this thing has sold upwards of 70 million units as opposed to, let's say, Sony's PS Vita, which has sold an estimated 12. The games are endless with the 3DS. Not only are there many, but the quality of a lot of these games are why the system is still selling today. Let's make a few things clear. Do not get the original 3DS. The 3D is extremely annoying as Nintendo had not yet developed their infrared eye tracking. For those of you who don't know, the current line of 3DSs that are being sold have upgraded hardware, the addition of a C-stick, but most notably eye tracking, in order to make the 3D actually usable and comfortable. You can move your head around and tilt it without having the 3D getting ruined and giving you a migraine. It follows your eyes. So in my opinion, the options you're left with are the 2DS and the new Nintendo 3DS. So I personally own a new Nintendo 3DS, and for titles like Xenoblade Chronicles, the extra power is useful. The foldable screen is also a big plus and something I find annoying not to be in the 2DS. As far as the 2DS XL, which solves this problem, goes, I think that because of its significantly higher price, if you're willing to pay $140, you may want to consider paying $30 extra for 3D. At the same time, I've found myself playing the 3DS less and less since the release of the Nintendo Switch. Now, regardless of how much you love the 3DS, the Switch is dominating in sales right now, and for good reason. It's seamless to use between console and handheld mode, and it truly is an amazingly pulled off hybrid console. Whenever I'm traveling or going somewhere where I know there will be a lot of time to kill, I definitely find myself leaving my 3DS behind over the Switch, and it's because there is a certain novelty and quality difference in the gaming and interface experience. That's not to say that the 3DS is obsolete and it isn't fun to use. On top of amazing games like Fire Emblem, Pokemon Moon, Super Smash 3D, etc., Nintendo's Virtual Console games also make it pretty convenient to be able to play games like Pokemon Silver, Super Mario World, and Street Fighter 2. I actually have no idea what's on the screen right now. Guys, I truly believe that the value of this 7-year-old device is not the graphics or the most recent titles. It's the very large, very high-quality games library and the superior portability of this device. If you're willing to spend more money, by all means, get the new Nintendo 3DS. But for the best bang for your buck, I honestly believe the 2DS is a steal, and I highly recommend it to non-Switch users. I personally own a Switch, and unfortunately, I'm starting to feel less drawn towards Nintendo's main handheld line, which has aged well, but not well enough to not be overshadowed by Nintendo's new product. This is true even with the 3DS's superior battery life and smaller footprint. Even still, I totally understand why the games could draw you in. At the end of the day, guys, with the 3DS's games library and more focused and easier portability, our verdict is that the 3DS is still in fact worth it in 2018, especially if you do not own a Switch. And hey, maybe if you do a shit ton of gaming, you'll want both. I hope this video has cleared up some confusion if you've been debating on which product to buy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.